Hello, everyone. Liz here. I know it's been a while, and I want to apologize for the long and unexpected hiatus. Jess and I had a very sudden and unexpected death in our family that took us away for a bit, and then I also went on my Disney trip for St. Patrick's Day, which left very little time for me to edit this episode, so I do apologize, but we're finally releasing it. This had been recorded a little while ago, so some of the news may be outdated, but we will get a newer episode out here in a little bit to talk about my trip. But we want to send our thanks out to you guys for sending us so much love when we first announced the hiatus on our Instagram story. And with that, this episode is dedicated to my grandfather who loved Disney, especially Epcot and the festivals, so we wanted to give this one to him. Love you always, Papa. Now, on to the episode.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kingdom Keepers podcast. As you can probably hear, I am not Liz. Today, we are switching it up a bit, and I will be your main host, Kenzi. And with me today, I have Liz,
Hi there.
Taryn,
Hi.
and Jess.
Howdy.
Today, we are going to have a discussion about Disney festivals that happen throughout the year. But first, we're going to go around and give some updates on our lives and our Carousel of Progress and discuss some Disney news of the week. Anyone have any exciting updates they want to share?
I just celebrated my 4-year anniversary with my partner, and we had a really fun weekend out in Columbus, and we had lots of great food. We went to a few museums, and we went to this really cool art installation called Otherworld, and it was so much fun.
I was cast in the ensemble of my local theater's production of Escape to Margaritaville. Yes, it's a Jimmy Buffett musical, and I am so excited.
As of 9 days from now, which is March 6th?
7th.
No, 7th. Me and Liz will be reuniting in Florida.
Woo!
So, expect some content on the social media. And also prepare for us to cry yet again.
Today, I am using my new mic for the first time from our sponsor, Twinning Around the World. Huge thank you to our friends there for the continuous support, which perfectly transitions us to a special word from them.
Introducing the magical world of Disney like you've never experienced it before. Are you dreaming of a fairy tale vacation filled with enchanting adventures and unforgettable memories? Look no further than Twinning Around the World, your trusted Disney travel expert. At Twinning Around the World, I specialize in turning your Disney dreams into reality. Whether you're planning a family getaway, a romantic escape, or a friend's adventure, I'm here to make it all happen seamlessly.
Why should you choose Twinning Around the World? Exclusive Disney insights. Jason lives and breathes Disney magic. He's also considered an expert in all things Disney. From park secrets to character meet and greets, he's got the inside scoop to make your trip truly extraordinary. Customized itineraries. Not a single Disney vacation is the same, and neither should your trip itinerary. Jason can tailor each vacation to your preferences and budget, ensuring every moment is pure pixie dust. Stress-free planning. Leave the details to him. He handles reservations, dining, and more, so you can focus on creating enchanting memories with your loved ones. Cost saving. He knows how to maximize your value while minimizing your costs in order to get the most out of your Disney experience without breaking the bank. Personalized service. Jason prides himself on providing top-notch, personalized service. You're not just a client to him, you're a cherished member of our Disney family.
Ready to embark on your Disney adventure? Contact us today at twinningaroundtheworld.com to start planning your dream vacation. Let's make your Disney dreams come true, one magical moment at a time.
This week in Disney news,
We have a big news portion this week due to our unforeseen hiatus. So to jump in, the NBA experience, a permit has been filed to remove the NBA experience building from Disney Springs.
Disney Quest literally died for nothing. Like,
Our girl was murdered in cold blood.
I'm so mad about it. Like, they replaced it with the NBA experience, and now it's just getting demolished. I'm so mad that they took out Disney Quest. That is the end of my thoughts on this.
Wait, so the entire building is gonna be gone?
That's what it looks
No, I
like.
think they're just. Wait, really?
Yeah, the permits for it to be demolished. Not even just
What was
redone.
the?
They said we have to start over from scratch.
So there's just gonna be a giant gaping hole in between like City Works and like in front of House of Blues.
We know Disney. There's going to be some infill happening. They won't let that go to waste.
I think that the
Have you
building
looked at Star
structure.
Cruiser?
That's true. I think that the building
Okay.
structure itself is probably the thing that needs to be removed so that they can put in a different building structure. So that's probably what's happening. But still, I'm a little salty about it.
Continuing on, this is just a rumor, but a Tangled area is rumored to be part of the $1.9 billion expansion that is coming to the Disney parks. Any thoughts about this? I'm excited. I know it's just a rumor, but I believe Tangled deserves so much more than a bathroom, so I'm excited to see if this happens.
But which Disney park though?
I think Walt Disney World, but I don't know
Yeah,
where they'd put it.
yeah. I'm sure Maddie will be excited though.
But speaking of Tangled, the Fantasy Springs area in Tokyo Disney Sea has been revealed. We got some great video clips of this past week, and it looks really amazing. And I'm very excited to see like how this does, and if we can get any of the cool land expansions that they're making out there.
Can I just say I'm especially excited that they have a little Pixie Hollow area? Like, it's like a little Pixie Hollow, right?
Bro, I was gonna say that. That is my thing. Why'd you do that?
Disney CEO Bob Iger said an Avatar-based theme land is coming to Disneyland Resort during a Morgan Stanley Technology, Media, and Telecom conference on Tuesday, March 5th. He said, and I quote, "We have one Avatar-based land, Pandora, in Florida. We're going to put a second one in California." Any thoughts about this?
Now, why are we having two of the same things across the country? I love Pandora, but we go to different US theme parks for different experiences. They already have Cars Land. They already have Adventures Campus. They don't need to add more IP to what they already have.
I agree. I don't know why they would add an Avatar land just because we do have one in the US. I would love to see something that isn't already in the US if they wanted to do like a copy. So something like Fantasy Springs or something like the Frozen Land that's at two different international parks, just so that we could get something like that into the US, but we already have Avatar in the US, so I completely agree with that.
I know there was rumors of an expansion to Disneyland, and like that including like Peter Pan Land and like stuff like that. So I don't know if that's going to come to fruition, but I feel like that's sort of needed. Keep people there,
Just in the land of rumors right now.
pretty much.
Disney College Program character performer auditions dropped for the 2024 application season. If you are looking to audition to be a performer, Philadelphia, Kissimmee, and Austin are the cities they will be holding in person auditions on certain days in March. Also, a reminder that regular applications for the college program are still open for the dates May 2024 and September 2024. Look to the Disney program's website for more information on both of these opportunities, and also check out our previous DCP episode if you haven't already, where we answer some program questions that you might have.
Also, on the topic of auditions, auditions for the new Encanto experience that's going to be coming to Walt Disney World have been announced. These auditions are taking place via online submission and are due on March 18th. So check out the Disney Careers website and the Disney Auditions website to get that submitted if you're interested in that. Also, just a heads up, the script does include Spanish, so please know how to speak Spanish.
And that's it for the Disney News of the Week. Today's topic is Best of the Fest. As we begin to transition from Festival of the Arts to Flower and Garden, the Kingdom Keepers will talk about all things Disney festivals, what we like about specific ones, maybe what we don't like as much, which festival offers the most, and each of our favorite Disney festivals. We will be talking about the Festival of the Holidays, Festival of the Arts, Flower and Garden Festival, and Food and Wine Festival. With that in mind, let's get started. Let's start with introducing what each one is and what time of year they occur for our friends who haven't been or who haven't been in a long time.
So, the Festival of the Holidays is where we can celebrate the holidays around the world in Epcot's World Showcase. Some fun festival offerings include the Cookie Stroll, Santas from around the world, pop up food booths, the Candlelight Processional, and some fun holiday themed merch. This festival generally takes place from mid November through the new year, kind of depending on the end of Food and Wine as well.
So, Festival of the Arts is the first festival of any given year for Disney. It highlights creativity in all forms, like the visual, performing, and culinary arts. And its main mascot is Figment. And this year, the festival ran from January 12th to February 19th of this year.
The International Flower and Garden Festival is an annual garden festival that typically runs from early February through late May. This festival is marqued by a ton of different garden experiences, such as the flowers that cascade all throughout the lagoon area of Epcot, as well as topiaries that feature a ton of different Disney characters, such as Belle and Beast, Tiana, characters from Encanto, Peter Pan and Captain Hook, and Winnie the Pooh, amongst many, 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 many others. And new this year is the Figment topiary that is placed inside of the new Epcot area, which is called
Dreamer's
Elizabeth, help me
Point.
out. Dreamer's Poi. Which I don't think the Figment topiary is new because normally he is by his own ride, but they placed him in the middle of the little like garden area that they have over there. And the mascot for this festival is Orange Bird.
Food and Wine Festival is hosted at Epcot. Honorable mention that Disney's California Adventure Park has one as well in Disneyland around the March and April months, so that one's happening right now. It typically starts in mid July and ends early to mid November. Multiple new country kiosks are put up around the World Showcase, which sells festival exclusive food and drinks. Examples are India and Ireland kiosks. Live music, scavenger hunts, exclusive merchandise, and more food and drink options are held during this festival. And the mascot is Remy, that little rat. I also like the little cheese passport they have where you can this is like one of the scavenger hunt things they have. Um they also have like little Remy's around the park, but they also have like a little cheese passport so you can eat the different cheeses across the countries, and if you get them all, you get something. I don't know what it is because I've never eaten them all, but it is cute and it is fun to get like a little cheese stamp.
Are we talking
That's all I wanted
about,
to say.
is it Emile's Fromage Montage? Isn't that what it's
Yes,
called?
yes. Sure, I don't know.
I love the name. Another nice thing to mention about the Festival of the Arts is that there is also an art scavenger hunt where Figment replaces characters in well-known paintings, and they can be found around like the shops and other areas around World Showcase.
Also to mention, for all of these festivals, they have exclusive food and beverage options where they have different pop-up kiosks where you can get food and drinks that are for like the season or the time of year.
All right, now that we talked about which each festival is and when they are held, does anyone have any memories that they have to share about each specific one, or just something that comes to mind when you think of a certain festival?
So, one of my favorite memories from the festivals was actually when we were on our DCP because we went down and it was during the Flower and Garden Festival, and everything just looks so beautiful during that festival. They moved some topiaries from the last time I was down there, which was probably like when I was little. And so it was just really nice to see all of the topiaries in person again. And it's just, that's such a beautiful festival. I love it. But then towards the end of our DCP, they were transitioning to food and wine. And so I got to experience two festivals during my DCP. And then this year we went down for the holidays. So the only festival I have not done super recently is Festival of the Arts, but we did get to do that in 2020 in January, so before the whole pandemic rolled out when we were celebrating my grandparents' 50th wedding anniversary. And that was just like a really great festival. It's very low key, which I kind of like for Epcot because usually the Epcot festivals are crazy and everybody's trying to get the food booths and everybody's trying to get the merch. But Festival of the Arts, it just seems so chill. And everybody's just walking around appreciating the art. And Jessica actually works with someone whose husband was at the Festival of the Arts this year as a vendor. So I just think that's really cool how local artists are invited and it's not just like Disney artists, if that makes sense. Like I appreciate all of these festivals for what they are, and I'm just so grateful that I've gotten to experience all four of them pretty recently.
The festival that I probably have the most like nostalgic memories of is Flower and Garden, just because of how colorful everything is, and the topiaries always look amazing. And the food there is probably my favorite food just because I'm such like a fruit and vegetable little girly. So whenever they have a ton of that, like especially the citrus flavors that always come out for Flower and Garden, it's just the best.
Agree on that. I love Flower and Garden. I have the most memories with Flower and Garden because that's usually when dance and choir season is. So that's when high schools usually go down to Florida for choir and dance, which I've done for both. So I've gotten to see Flower and Garden a couple times because of school trips. And I just also feel like that's usually around like spring break time. So I've seen it a decent amount and I just feel like it's so beautiful. I love overlooking um the water, like the lake that is there, not the lake, but like like by like the land, like that area and like with the um I don't know, just
Like the
like that
floating
part is just
gardens.
really pretty. Yeah, I just really love that part and I just have like a lot of like pictures from it. I love the Beast and Belle, always in France. Like those ones are always like one of my favorite. Love the Three Caballeros. Love Chip and Dale. I just love seeing like all my favorite characters be brought and like to nature. It's like really cool.
The first trip I ever took to Disney was back in like 2019 for my high school graduation, and the festival that was running at the time was the Topiary Festival. So, the Topiary Festival, y'all know what I mean. Um, just the cool Flower and Garden Festival. It was so fun to see all the characters and plants and stuff, and it was so fun to see like all the cool food kiosks that were around the park at that time. And yeah, I have a lot of cherished memories from the Flower and Garden Festival. Obviously, I love parks. If you don't know what that is, it's the Festival of the Arts. I like to think I made that acronym up. It's very fitting. And does it have a 10-year-old humor in mind? Yes, but I like it that way. Um, I just love the creativity that's always there. Like Liz said, it's very chill and low key, and it's I feel like the most interactive of the festivals. There's a lot more things they can physically do, like paint the walls, a mural every year, and you get to like take like a drawing class and like see performers like do their thing. It's a really cool festival. Um, and I had been to the Food and Wine Festival holidays. I went to Festival of the Holidays with Liz, Jess, and their whole family. And that was, I think, my first time ever going with them. So it's fun to see what food was there. I feel like that's pretty low key too, because there wasn't that much to my memory. Like food and wine, like I've been there, but I don't really have any memories attached. Really, it's really strange. I don't know why.
I feel like because the marquee thing of food and wine is the food and the wine, it kind of gets lost in the mix of the other festivals sometimes because there aren't like big marquee things to look at. Like Festival of the Arts is obviously the artists and their booths and all that kind of stuff in the mural. And Flower and Gardens, obviously all of the topiaries and beautiful flower arrangements. In Festival of the Holidays, you get all of those Santas from around the world, and so, like, there's different, like, entertainment options. The only thing that Food and Wine has really for an entertainment option is the Eat to the Beat concert series, which my uncles love Hanson for whatever reason, and they're always there. So let's go Hanson. Shout out to you. But
Don't sleep on Bop by Hanson. Come on,
Bop,
girl.
I think that's probably the only song I know from Hanson.
That's the only song anyone knows by Hanson. Sorry, Hanson. I tried to be there for you, but my bad.
But I feel like that's kind of where, in my opinion, Food and Wine falls short, is because there's not that more interactive feeling of it, where everything else kind of has more interactivity. And also, one thing that wasn't mentioned about the Festival of the Arts is that there is a Broadway series. The concert series is Broadway, and they bring a lot of Broadway performers, which appeals to me specifically because I am a musical theater kid. But I think it's really cool that all of these festivals have very different, unique things. And I think that's kind of what Food and Wine's downfall is for me, because it's just the food and wine, whereas
Another
every other
thing
festival has that.
Another thing that we didn't mention about Festival of the Arts was the chalk drawings that you can see the artists creating as you're entering into the World Showcase. I always forget about those because they're like not in the World Showcase and you expect all the festival stuff to kind of be located in that area. But the chalk drawings are amazing and they always look so lifelike or just so detailed and vibrant that they're really awesome to see.
Great. Thank you guys so much for sharing all your memories. Now with those in mind, how about we try to rank them? My lowest is Festival of the Holidays. This is a given because I've actually not been to half of the festivals. So I just put this one on the bottom because I feel like this would be magical. um, and I mean, from what I've heard, there's nothing like Christmas time in the parks. Again, I wouldn't know. Not bitter, but whatever. Um, but this is like the one time a year like we actually have stuff to do in Ohio. So like I'm just not like in a rush to go because I actually have stuff here to do, like visiting family. Usually a lot of movies come out at this time. There's plenty of shows to watch. I love going to the Cincinnati Ballet. Like there's just things here to do for once. And so I just feel like this isn't on my priority list. But that being said, I still feel like from what I've seen, it's really pretty. I would love to see my home park, Hollywood Studios, in Christmas time. I've heard it's super magical. But yeah, I would prefer to see some other festivals than this in the future.
I think you guys could probably guess what my bottom one was. It is.
I think we're all in agreement here that sorry to Festival of the Holidays, but I think we rank them all in our number 4 spot.
Nope, you're wrong.
Actually, no.
And I have a bone to pick with your number 4 because ugh, that
My
We
number
have
hurts.
a
4 is Food and Wine.
Oh
Just
my god, we have a traitor amongst us.
Literally.
I'm so sorry, but for me, it just, like I was saying before, there's nothing unique about it anymore. All of the festivals have food and wine. All of the festivals have unique alcohol and food offerings now. Food and wine has nothing else interactive except for the Eat to the Beat concert. So it's like, for me, if I were to go at that time, it wouldn't be worth it for me to go to all the food booths and everything because the food booths have different things all throughout the year now. So that's what I was saying before. Like, it's not that I hate food and wine. Food and wine is great. But because they've added these new festivals, it now has nothing super special.
But you get to just celebrate Epcot for Epcot. And then also have the best options for food and wine to eat from because it's arguably the best.
The other thing that I'll point out is that when I was down there for food and wine, I didn't really participate in the festival booths itself. I wasn't there long enough to do it when we were on the DCP. I didn't have money for food and wine festival when I was on the DCP. Um, so the last time I did it, I was a child. So half of the point of the food and wine festival was lost on me. So it's
All
kind
I'm
of like
hearing is you get no say.
Yeah, I did have the Festival of the Holidays in the lowest spot. I do feel kind of bad because when we went this past December, the food was actually really good. And I don't remember the food being like that, but I just feel like it falls short on my list because it is like so seasonal that it can't run for very long. And also, I like Christmas, but since all of Disney World is basically decorated Christmas, like it's just another Christmas celebration to me that I'm like, okay, like this is cool, but we can do other things too.
Yeah, I have mine for as festivals too, just because, like Jess said, it's just another like holiday and Christmas celebration. I do feel like the Santas of each culture is really cool. It's just like the food is also really seasonal, although that salmon. What was it that we had, Liz?
the salmon
Aka?
latke.
Lucky. Good. I don't know why salmon was the like epitome of the holidays last year, but pop off. Um,
I wasn't complaining.
no, me neither. And it's also the one I've been to the least because like it you never really go during the holidays, so that's why it's my number 4.
All right, I guess I'll go to my number 3. Um, again, never been fortunate enough to go to this festival. But I would love to see the Festival of Arts maybe someday. Um, but yeah, I love the idea of celebrating art, especially as like a design major. I think that it is so much more important than people give it credit for, and I love being able to celebrate small artists. And the other thing I have to add is that I just hate Figment. So I would not be celebrating him. I'd be celebrating everything else. But yeah.
Harry, did you hear that?
Yeah, Carrie, get her.
So sorry. Please don't kick me out of your house.
And my number 3 spot is sadly Food and Wine Festival. I'm sorry, I'm not a cheese girly. I have issues, okay? And I've never been of legal drinking age for this festival, so I feel like it's harder to partake when you aren't of legal drinking age for food and wine because it's literally food and wine. And also, I'm more of a cocktail girly and not really like a wine girly. So I'm sorry. I don't want to put this in my number 3, but I just had to. Sorry, guys. Please don't hate me.
My number 3 is Festival of the Holidays. Um, the food this year really popped off, and I feel like that's probably why it was not number 4 for me. The salmon latke, I dream about her every single day. But I also just I think this festival is also a little more kid friendly than Food and Wine. I mean, there's so many more entertainment options for them. They're really interested in the Santas from around the world. The offerings could be a little more kid friendly, and the candlelight processional is just so iconic. It's so cool. When we went to see it, not this past December, but the first time Jessica and I actually saw the candlelight processional, we had Kurt Russell as our narrator, and that was so cool. And also, while we were there, we got to see Uncle Jesse from Full House up on that stage and Neil Patrick Harris. We did not have tickets to it, but we saw them from afar, and that was good enough for me.
Liz, I didn't know you cared so much about kids.
I love kids. I am a child at heart. So there, and plus, like a lot of these festivals I experienced when I was not of legal drinking age. And so a lot of that took into account of why I like the festivals more. And because Epcot is already not the most kid friendly place, but they're making it more kid friendly with the attractions and IP they're putting into it. And so I just think that taking that into account within the festivals too might be nice. But
So, my third place is Food and Wine. As much as I love cheese, I don't drink, so the wine part is not appealing to my demographic. So, that's a no for me. I do love Remy. I love Remy. I love Ratatouille. It's just not my festival, and it's just not like Liz was saying. There's no entertainment option. There's nothing. There's nothing there that's like special besides the food, which I don't know. That's why it's number 3.
Kenzi didn't know when she was hosting this episode that she'd get her feelings hurt.
This is literally it's like a stab to the heart every single time. My poor Food and Wine. So my second pick is Flower and Garden. This top two was actually a bit hard, because this is the one I've been to the most. I've only been to Disney World between the months March and August, so I've only ever been to the first two festivals on my list. But Flower and Garden is the one I've been to most because, like I said, it's spring break time. I've been for choir, I've been for dance. So this festival has like a special place in my heart. It's beautiful. The weather, it's getting to be like super duper hot, but it's not at that point where like you feel like you're dying. So that also factors in for me. I do love that bird. That bird means everything to me. I love seeing him hold that little shovel. It makes my heart so happy. So yeah, just that bird honestly is why it's number 2 for me, but I'm kidding. I love Flower and Garden. I also love like I used to want to be like one of those people who worked in like the biology lab on Living with the Land. Like that was my dream job. So seeing like I'm pretty sure they do something for Living with the Land. Am I wrong? They make it like pretty, right? Yeah.
So my second one is Flower and Garden. Uh, other topiaries. I love the whole aesthetic. And the food. The food's really good. They brought back. I forgot to say this when I had my Instagram takeover. They have my Mediterranean flatbread on the menu, like in the booklet. When I went to Morocco, they still had the kebabs. It was so salty. I don't understand why. It was also weird because when I was going around to the Figment thing, they had like bushes blocked off, so I couldn't take that shortcut. I had to go around to the other World Showcase, and one like the booths, there were like 2 booths in the Odyssey building. It was like the weirdest thing. I was like, what is happening here? What is going on with this festival opening? But alas, I do like the topiaries in all the like the butterfly garden, and all the plant feels. I like that.
My number 2 ranking is also Flower and Garden. I just think it's so beautiful. I'm so excited to be able to see it in just a couple of days. Just a couple of days. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see the new topiaries because they didn't have Encanto topiaries when we were down for our DCP, I don't think. And the Wish topiary I'm super excited about, and of course the Groot topiary. And it's just, I'm so excited to see it. I love this festival. It's so beautiful and colorful. And I am actually going to go in the butterfly house this time because I didn't do it last time I was there. So,
My number 2 is Festival of the Arts. I like this festival a lot, and it has a lot of great offerings, but it's just not the best in my eyes, but it's still, like, really, really cool. It has a lot of great entertainment offerings, it's got a lot of great artwork. I love supporting the artists down there and making sure that they feel seen, and, like, their artwork is so cool, and it's so nice to, like, help out these smaller businesses that do Disney-inspired art or just any art in general. It's really cool to see, and I like Figment. He's a cool guy. I don't have beef with him, but also like I'm not gonna wait 8 hours in line for the popcorn bucket. Sorry, not gonna do it. So I like Festival of the Arts. It's just not my favorite.
Wow. I guess the controversial opinion is my number 1, which is Food and Wine. Finally, someone giving her love, and it's me. Anyways, I love Food and Wine. She is my favorite festival. The German food and the French cheese just make it worth it for me just by itself. I am a food girly. I love food. The Chinese cheese soup, that I dream about it daily. And I just feel like I've never had this good of kiosk food before. I think Food and Wine has the best kiosk food I've ever had at any Disney park at any time. Um, and I don't have kids. I don't plan on having kids anytime soon. So I have a great time just by myself there, but I also do have some amazing memories in Food and Wine. I didn't mention these earlier, but this is part of the reason why it makes it number 1 for me. My family came down on my DCP and we had all drinking around the world t-shirts. So we made our way around the world and it was so much fun because we hadn't all been to the park together since 2013. So I hadn't seen my whole family all together like that in a very long time, like 10 years. So it was a very special time for me. I also went with my friend for her 21st birthday this past July, and we had a drinking around the world thing, and it was just so much fun. I had a blast. Like I said earlier, I love filling up my little Remy book with cheese stamps. It gives me life I never thought I had. And I also got to see the Plain White Teas live. I got to hear the Hey There Delilah live while drinking my little drink in a little champagne flute. It was amazing. I feel like I've had like vivid memories of this festival more than the other ones. And I just think it's a really cool atmosphere. Get these kids out of here. Adults only. Anyways. No, but for real, I would love to see all the festivals one day, but this one, as of now, someone's gotta love her, clearly.
My number 1 ranked festival is Flower and Garden. I just can't get over like how vibrant and beautiful it is and just how like fresh all the food is because it's all like vegetables and fruits and like just the best like flavors for me. I'm so like this festival is so nostalgic to me. I haven't been in a long time, and I think that's why it's number 1 ranked for me is because it's the one I want to go back to the most right now. I can't wait to see it again. I can't wait to see all the new topiaries that they've been adding, and it's so beautiful.
Oh, my number 1 is art I love seeing all the creative people out there, like doing the chalk art, seeing all the glass art, and just seeing all the booths and everything. It just makes my little artist child very happy. And the food is really good, and it's just a very creative, cool vibe. As much as some people in this room don't like Figment, I do, and he deserves lots of love. He deserves the childlike love and wonder as much as Orange Bird. We can treat them equally, even though they are imaginary mascots. Kenzi.
He's ugly. I'm sorry.
I'll take one for the team. I'm sorry, Mom. Orange Bird is cuter than Figment.
Thank you. Thank you.
Taryn, you and me are not getting kicked out of Carrie's house.
Bye, Mom.
Yay!
Love you.
Well, that brings me to my number one, which is also Festival of the Arts. I don't know, I'm an art kid. I love theater. I love all of the arts. I've been surrounded by them my whole life. And because this festival is a lot more chill, I just appreciate the vibe of it a lot more. Flower and Garden is also very chill, which is probably why it was my number two. But just walking around and being able to see all of the art, getting to paint the mural, listening to Broadway music, it's just all of my favorite things in one. Plus, some pretty good food too. I mean, I wasn't disappointed in any food that I had at Festival of the Arts when we went in 2020, so I haven't been since 2020, but I'm hoping to go back soon.
Also, something I forgot of Food and Wine. In my opinion, it has the best merchandise. I do not like the Flower and Garden merchandise. I don't like their floral print. Um, I don't know if it got better this year or if it's going to be better this year, but that was also part of my reasoning.
I think
Just
for
wanted to
each festival, they have definitely been stepping up their merch options. The one that I can't think of seeing any like specific merch for is Festival of the Holidays. I think it was just Christmas stuff.
They had some Festival of the Holidays stuff, but it's definitely not as plentiful in merch as the other festivals. It's very far and few between. But one thing I will point out about Festival of the Holidays is that they have more like other holiday merch just besides Christmas. There is Hanukkah merch in Epcot at that point and Kwanzaa merch in Epcot at that point. So I think they also have Lunar New Year stuff in the China Pavilion towards the end of that festival as well. So it depends on where you look, but Festival of the Holidays definitely does not have as much merch as the other festivals do.
All right. Is there anything anyone else would like to add about these festivals?
I just think all of the festivals are great. I know that I kind of poo-pooed on Food and Wine a little bit, but I do love it. It's not my favorite, which everybody has their own opinions and we're all gonna have to live with that. But I think all of the festivals are great and they're just becoming better. Disney's listening to its customers and its guests and it's just improving every single one. I just also feel like Food and Wine is getting longer and longer.
Honestly, I like all these festivals. I think they're all amazing. I hope to see them all one day. And I think everyone has a lot of good things to say about these festivals. So, with that being said, I want to thank all my co hosts for recording this episode with me and for all of you out there listening. With that said, that is all for this episode, my friends. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Kingdom Keepers Pod to stay up to date announcements and future episodes. To participate in our episodes, you can comment on our social media and send us emails to kingdomkeeperspod@gmail.com. Don't forget to check out Twinning Around the World Travel for all your vacation planning needs. And we will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye now.
I'm just going to pretend I don't hate all you guys now.
You got me in trouble with the principal.